Hey guys, it's Savannah or Crocheting Savvy, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, August 18th, 2023, and we are back for podcast episode 9. Can you believe we are almost in the double digits? When I started this, I didn't think I would keep doing it, but I actually really enjoy it. I like being able to share off what I'm doing and not just on Instagram. So I really do appreciate every one of you who come and watch my videos. I have been working pretty much 4 weeks straight, so this is my first day off in a while, and it feels so good to just be able to relax and unwind a bit. You know, it really is important to your mental health, coming from somebody who struggles with anxiety and social anxiety, with a small bit of depression, but being able to just take this step back and relax from not having to stress about work it's been really good for me today. But I have started reading Fourth Wing with my boyfriend. I am only a few chapters in, but I am already hooked, you guys. Like, I've been seeing people talk about this on a few of the Discord groups I am, and they say that they finish it and then they want to go back and read it again. So I am excited to get into another good book. If you guys have any book recommendations, I would love to hear them. My boyfriend and I are also going to see the new Blue Beetle movie tonight. I am really hoping that this is a good DC movie. DC really needs a win in the movie department. Like, I don't know about you guys, the Wonder Woman movies were pretty decent. Batman and Superman movies have been hit or miss these last several years. The official Justice League movie I did not care for much, but I enjoyed the Snyder Cut more. So I'm really hoping that Blue Beetle is really good. Because if it is good, I'm hoping that means that they'll bring more of the younger heroes or sidekicks into movies, maybe even solo movies. Like, I know there are Teen Titans and Young Justice cartoons and stuff, but I would love to see like a full-length movie for them, you know? They don't get enough representation in the film aspect of DC. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my pre-craft ramblings, I guess. So let's get started with some finished objects. Okay, I'm sure y'all have been checking out what was hanging out right here behind me these last few minutes. But I, a few weeks ago, stumbled across Complicated Knots here on YouTube. Specifically, her playing Pokemon and then having to crochet the Pokemon she catches that become part of her party. And that got me back into a amigurumi kick. And I was like, I want a dragon, but I want to design a dragon. So I did. Here's this little fella. The head, body, and tail are all made from one piece. I do have pipe cleaner in the tail and in the neck to help kind of hold them up. And then I have the little legs and claws, little ears, and horns and wings. If you guys have any like inexpensive ways to hold wings up, that would be great, because they just kind of flop right now. And while it's adorable, I would like to be able to pose it, you know? But these wings they gave me so much trouble. I literally restarted them like 6 or 7 times because I couldn't figure out a design that I was happy with. And then I finished one wing, decided I didn't like it, completely frogged it, and redesigned it. But I am happy with how they turned out. They look kind of like waffles, but it's really cute. So this one is made with worsted yarn. The body itself is about half a skein of Caron Simply Soft, which a skein is like 300 something yards. And then I can't remember, I didn't have a label for the contrast color, so I don't know how much or what brand it is. But once I finished this guy, I made a bigger one. Like, this guy won't even fully fit on the camera, but I did make a mistake and sewed the legs on at a wrong angle because I just wanted him to be finished, and so the neck kind of flops backwards. But it's kind of endearing. But this is nearly 3 entire skeins of Hobby Lobby Cozy Occasions, each skein being 101 yards, and then a skein and a half of another Cozy Occasion color for the wings, the claws, and the horns that are upside down on this guy. But Ivy, my dog, absolutely loves this giant guy, and just let me put it on top of her when she was napping once I finished it, and she just stayed like that for about an hour and a half. I've got this pattern in testing right now, so it will be available for you guys hopefully next month. But I am very happy with how this turned out. It is a really adorable dragon. So I think I have dragons on the brain with 4th wing and everything, but I have always loved dragons. I read The Inheritance Cycle in middle school. I grew up watching Dragon Tales. If any of you guys are around my age, you will know Dragon Tales. I mean, Mulan had Mushu. I read Dragons in Our Midst by Brian Davis, also in middle and high school. So that has a lot of dragons in it. So, you know, if dragons were real, I would really love to have a dragon as a pet. So that is all I have for finished objects right now. So let's move on to WIPs. Aren't they cute right there? Oh, I love them. But anyway, I am still working on my March solid spike stitch with my Disney Attraction Club yarn. Hang on, I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds in. So I have about 5 more to go. This is what the cake is looking like at the moment. So if you've not been here before or you don't remember, I am getting Fangirl Fiber's Disney Attraction Club monthly subscription this year. And after the first one was like, I don't know what I'm gonna make with these 12. And then after thinking about it for a while, I was like, I've not done a granny square blanket yet. And then I was like, but I don't want to do just a regular granny square or anything. And at that point, I was kind of obsessed with spike stitches. And so I designed a square based off the solid granny square and added in spike stitches. You can see that. This one is a pretty solid color, so it's a bit harder to see the spike stitches, but the vibrancy of it, you can still have this lovely texture that the spike stitches add in on it. And so I am very excited every time I start working one of these squares. But I am behind because it is August now. So I would like to catch up and get this done, you know, by February of next year, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. You know, crocheters' biggest problem, blankets and granny squares, and then having to make them and piece them together. So, but I am still working on this, but I have started another project as well. You guys remember first or second podcast episode where I said that I have this yarn, that I have this pattern I want to make with? That was like back in February or March. I finally started it. So this is 20 rows into the Vintage Peach Shawl by Carmen Heffernan. I will add in a picture of what the finished one looks like. But I got this fingering weight yarn off of a Yarn D-Stash Discord group, and it is called Never Not Reading from Expression Fiber Arts. It is their Superwash Merino Silk Pearlescent Fingering Base. It is 437 meters worth of yarn. And I saw it, I was like, this is really pretty, but I want to make it fluffy. So I got onto Madeline Tosh's website, found their Impressions lace weight, which is 70% mohair and 30% silk. And I found this beautiful one called Paper. It looks like old paper in books, and that made me very happy, because if you don't know, I have a bachelor's in history and a master's in library science with a focus on archival work. So I like the old paper. Old paper has this wonderful texture to it, and this color is kind of hard to see on the camera. That's a bit better, but it's that kind of gray-brown color that old paper has. And I was like, that is perfect to go with a yarn called Never Not Reading. And it looks just like the bindings of books and the paper that it's in them. But I am so happy with how this is looking, and I cannot wait to be able to finish it and wear it, because this will be perfect for those early autumn days where it's kind of chilly, but you don't want to wear a hoodie or a jacket or a sweater. I'm very happy with this, if you can't tell. Now, also, this project bag is from Paper Crane Yarns, and it has dinosaurs eating ice cream, and it's really cute. I did end up adding to my stash these last couple weeks. So let's get into those stash enhancements. Okay, now first off, I have my July Disney Attraction Club. So if you are getting this and you don't want to be spoiled for it, if you have not opened yours yet, look away now. But this is the gorgeous July colorway. This is Toy Story Mania. And this was the inspo for it. And gosh, Emily just captures every single attraction perfectly on yarn. I am getting it in DK weight. So this is a superwash merino base, which is 231 yards and 100 grams. So it is just so perfect, and I cannot wait to work this up. I say that every time, and then I'm still really slow working them up. But, I mean, I'm a serial crafter. I can't really help it. I did get some more fabric. Because I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get yarn for my dragon back there. It's all his fault. So it's not my fault that when I go into Hobby Lobby, I have to go to the clearance yarn and fabric section. But I did get this one, which I think part of it I want to make a pouch or small bag with, but the rest of it will be small hexagons for the hexie quilt that I started, that I still only have one hexie for. This one, which has these cute little flowers on it. Part of it is going to be bandanas for my dogs for spring, and then more hexagons. This cute kind of tie-dye blue and purple. I think this one is just going to be hexagons. This one, which I think is just going to be more hexagons or the lining for a bag or a pouch. I'm just throwing things today, I'm sorry. And then this has little turtles on it. So I don't know what I want to do with this one yet, but I love the turtles on it. It's so cute. And then one more, but that one fell on the floor, so let me grab it real quick. And then this Braves pattern fabric. If you don't know, my mom is from Georgia, so I support two football teams that I very loosely follow. The first one is the Boston Red Sox, because that is what my mom's dad fell in love with when he was a kid, when their spring training would be in Jacksonville, Florida. So he indoctrinated all of his grandchildren. And he sadly passed back in January, so I've been trying to keep up with them more, and I have been doing a terrible job of it. But because my mom is from Georgia, my second team is the Atlanta Braves, so my dogs are getting bandanas for this year. While I was also at Hobby Lobby, I finally got some pencils to mark fabric with so I can actually cut it straight. But I've also been seeing on TikTok these clips, which I have sewing pins, but those don't do really well when you're holding zippers on them, or if you're trying to hold a paper silhouette to fabric and cut it in a circle. So I wanted to grab some of these so that I can, hopefully get straighter lines cut and sewn. So yeah, I think that's all I have this time. But, you know, as always, thank you for watching. I will leave my Instagram and TikTok and blog links in the description down below. I will also link the patterns I talked about down below, as well as the Fangirl Fibers link. Like and comment if you enjoyed this. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with when I post. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Happy crocheting!